Hello and welcome to X Witness Awake. I'm your host, Jonathan. Hope that you're doing well today. You can probably guess I'm still recovering from my nasty cold or whatever bug is going around right now. So I hope you forgive my raspy tone, my deep and raspy tone.
Don't even think. Don't even think about trying to escape.
Yeah, this is just the first day that I've actually felt somewhat okay. Last few days I felt pretty bad, so I'll take it as a win. Yeah, so I was just thinking about, so why don't we run the introduction, and we'll get to the gist of the video, and there we go. So, you're probably aware and have seen coverage by different apostates, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, of the annual meeting of Jehovah's Witnesses that just happened, that at some point will be shown to the rank and file members of the congregations. But for now, we're, out there, doodle leaks. Gotta love it. So they have a lot of new light. Their courses, which was covered by many, including myself, the no need to record your time anymore unless you're a pioneer or something of that nature, circuit overseer and his wife, that kind of thing. So that's a major thing. They're focusing more on introducing more of they're what's the word I'm looking for?
Smart boy, got a mind like a steel trap, full of mice.
They're wanting people to not just say the happy-go-lucky, peace and join us.
The words you're searching for are good news.
Kind of stuff. They are wanting also for people to talk about the coming destruction. So it's been a little bit more of a focus on the not so positive aspects of their message. They haven't really gone full bore into that, full tilt into that message. That's going to be something for future, I think. But it is going to come, and probably relatively soon. But there's also something that's new, is that it was always said that, once the Great Tribulation happened, that if you weren't on the boat, too bad for you.
Closer, he preached until the end.
So that's where that message would eventually turn into, you're all going to die. I guess you should have became a Jehovah's Witness beforehand, but you didn't. Too bad for you. But now they're leaving that opening for people who are disfellowshipped or who are, unbelievers, people who maybe just had a casual experience with Jehovah's Witnesses and didn't take to it, that, we don't know. We could find that Jehovah is like, they got a good heart. Okay, they can make it into the new system. So that's a bit of a change. And I'm curious to know what kind of a reaction that people are getting in the Kingdom Halls from this. Well, I guess they don't know yet. I'm curious to know what reaction they will have once they find out that light has changed. Because you know how light works. You have new light, so therefore you just, chuck the old light away, right? It's not really how it's supposed to work, but that's how they treat it. But the question remains is, why are they making this change? To what end? Is this something that's going to move things forward and help them as an organization, or is it going to have a negative effect on them? It might have a negative effect in that some people are going to go, this doesn't seem right, and wake up and decide to leave. Now they could think it's okay to leave because I can always come back later. You know, if I start seeing a bunch of glowy white guys, you know, in the sky riding on horses and casting arrows at cops and soldiers, then I guess I better make a change and come on back before it's too late. But I got to thinking about it, and I think that the reason that they're pushing towards this narrative is because they don't have anything left to do but to just do it. They've run out of time. The whole generations thing is played out, and there's nowhere to go with it. So when you have a period of time called the Great Tribulation that has no defined parameters, it's just a period of time. That period of time could be 100 years long if they keep saying that's what it is. Hello, future me here. I realized when I was watching the video that I prepared that I forgot to mention an important detail. So the Jehovah's Witnesses believe that the start of the Great Tribulation will have to do with the world turning on false religion, and that they're going to be the only ones left in town to be around. And then, you know, the world's going to turn on them. So that really doesn't deter from my argument about, you know, them changing sometime in the near future to the Great Tribulation beginning, whether those things happen or not. Because, as they have proven, they can do, you know, all kinds of interesting new light situations that change doctrine, that flip-flop on the things they believe, and they can make it happen. So who's to say that they won't change it to where, you know, they see some sort of a religious uprising, where they see some sort of a political movement against a particular religion, and they go, ooh, Great Tribulation, because it would allow them that expansion of the time frame that they don't have any longer without it. Yeah, it's an important detail that I forgot to mention, and I don't want that to be lost in this recording. So carrying on. And so does it matter if they announce that the Great Tribulation has started and it's 20 years from now? No, because it's just, you know, that period of time. So then they no longer, as I understand it, they no longer have to worry about the whole generation thing because they've gone past that part. And now they're into the Great Tribulation, and we don't know. It's Jehovah's time of determination of how long that's going to be. So it just seems like the next logical step that they would have to take, because if they don't, the time frame is just going to be so unattainable, so
The word you're searching for is unsustainable.
just wrong, that they're not going to be able to use any sort of reasoning to say, hey, you know, it's this generation plus bonus time, overtime. It doesn't work. You can only stretch that theory so far. So you got to move forward and, you know, go with the undetermined amount of time. And then you see things like the violence going on in Israel and Palestine, where innocent people are getting killed on both sides. And it gets people thinking about, oh, we live in this terrible time of the end and there's violence and wars everywhere. Well, that stuff's always happened, and, violence in that area has happened for a very long time. So it's not really a great indicator of, the time of the end happening. But it does fit with their narrative. And, the fundamentalists who are looking for the same thing, not just Jehovah's Witnesses, but, anybody who's saying that these things need to transpire in the Middle East, that the Jews are involved, and, that they're sort of precursor to Armageddon. So, yeah, so that's what I think the next logical step's going to be. And because they opened up now again to, we don't know what Jehovah really thinks, we're not infallible, we're just imperfect men who are inspired of God, but not inspired of God, and they want to be able to eat or have their cake and eat it too, and say that they are the spokesperson for God, but then, no, we're not. Because that would be presumptuous. But anyway, that's kind of a different subject. But yeah, they just have nowhere else to go with it but to move forward and keep promoting fear. Fear is a tool that works really well and has been used for centuries to influence other human beings and to keep populations in check, is to make them afraid. And they know that playbook really well. So that is it. I think if I do much more talking, I'm going to start sounding like a croaking frog, if I don't already. And that's probably not good audio. So yes, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Oh, before I forget, little side note. I mentioned the other day, 3 or 4 days ago, that there is this campaign to support the Witness Underground movie that is going to be widely released. During this week, there is a campaign that will match donations. So if you have thought about it and you'd like to show some support for this, to get this great movie released to a more general audience in an easy way to find it in streaming services, please consider making a donation to that, because they'll be able to match your funds, and you get double the bang for your buck, and I think that's a good thing. So yes, that shall be all, and I'm going to get back to work, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.